Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome back to Biblical Reality Check. I wanted to do a quick follow-up to our previous video on Proverbs and look at it through the lens of quantum mechanics, because when most people hear the word quantum, they immediately think, oh, that's the science that says everything is random. And if reality is random, then how can we say, like we did in the Proverbs video, that reality is patterned, structured, and responsive? So let's clear this up, because quantum mechanics does not say the universe is arbitrary. It says something much more interesting. When physicists say quantum events are random, they're talking about individual particles, the tiniest building blocks of reality. At that scale, you can't predict exactly when a single atom will decay. In a double slit experiment, you can't predict which slit a single photon will choose. And you can't predict the exact moment an electron will jump to a new energy level as it rotates around the nucleus of an atom. Those individual events are unpredictable. But unpredictability is not the same as disorder. Here's the part that most people miss. Even though you can't predict the individual event, you can predict the pattern of many events with incredible accuracy. For example, you can't predict when one atom will decay, but you can predict the half-life of a trillion atoms down to many decimal places. You can't predict which path one photon will take, but you can predict the exact percentage that will go left versus those that go right. Sort of like a coin flip. Even though you can't predict a single coin flip, you can absolutely predict the long-term pattern of many coin flips. And this is a good time to clear up something important about the word random. Most of us use random to mean messy, accidental, or without purpose. When someone says, "Ah, that was so random," they usually mean, "That made no sense." But that's not what physicists mean. In everyday language, random means no pattern. In quantum mechanics, however, random means you can't predict the exact outcome, but the pattern of outcomes is extremely stable. Those are two very different ideas. Although we can't predict any single quantum event, the overall pattern is so reliable that we've built entire technologies on it. Lasers, MRI machines, GPS satellites, they all work because those probabilistic equations in quantum mechanics keep showing up the same way over and over. Quantum mechanics is built on stable equations, precise symmetries, conservation laws, probability distributions, and consistent behavior across space and time. None of that is random. The outcomes of certain events are unpredictable, but the rules that govern those outcomes are fixed, stable, universal, and astonishingly precise. The equations don't drift, the symmetries don't wobble, conservation laws don't take a day off, the probability distributions don't suddenly rewrite themselves. The randomness happens inside a stable structure. It's like a game where the dice rolls are unpredictable, but the rules of the game never change. The universe isn't improvising its laws, it's improvising within its laws. Quantum randomness isn't chaos, it's uncertainty inside a framework that stays steady across all of space and time. So, to wrap this all up, our Proverbs video said reality is patterned and structured. Quantum mechanics doesn't contradict that. It actually reinforces it. Because even at the smallest scale, randomness is bounded, probabilities are patterned, behavior is consistent, and the system is lawful. It's a structured world we live in where some things are predictable, some things are probabilistic, and all of it operates within a coherent framework. Randomness gives the universe flexibility, structure gives it coherence, and together they create the world we live in. Thanks for watching.